Walt Disney World crowd levels are dropping yet again, the third straight month in a row, with September being significantly lower than August, significantly lower than July, significantly lower than, you guessed it, June. What is happening where the world's biggest playground is suddenly losing so many people who normally would want to play there? We've got answers right now. Hello folks, welcome back to another video of excellence here on the WDW Pro channel. It is, as always, a true joy that you have elected to join us and share your time. Thank you for sharing your time, and thank you for inviting us onto your speakers, onto your screens, and everywhere else you share with the WDW Pro channel. Today we are going to take a look at the diminishing crowds at the Walt Disney World Resort and why exactly this is happening. This is not a phenomenon which is just occurring out of randomness. No, this actually has some sort of reason behind it, and we are going to explain it in a way that I hope will be convincing. And by that, I mean truthful. How about that? We will begin with DisneyTouristBlog.com, this by Tom Bricker. September is slow timber at Disney World. Now, as we read this article, you're going to find that there are some interesting ways of viewing this. Ultimately, though, it all comes down to the graphs, the charts, the data. Let's dive in. Like clockwork, there's been another September slowdown at Walt Disney World. Low off-season crowds after school went back into session meant the first 3 weeks of the month were the three least busy weeks of the year again. This wait times report covers data for the month at Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. In other words, all four of the Walt Disney World Resort's theme parks. We also have forward-looking fall break predictions and thoughts on why this slow timber was unexpectedly busy, and then it says in parentheses, in relative terms. And that's very funny because Disney Tourist Blog probably wants to maintain good rapport with the Disney company, so they know they have to tell you that, well, September was very slow, and then it's busy, but quote-unquote in relative terms. We'll take a look at what that means in a moment. It doesn't mean that it's actually busy. That's what it means. These low crowds are not a new development, neither in the last few weeks nor in recent years. Notice the framing. There's heavy emphasis on this not being abnormal. Excluding the post-reopening period, the window between when schools go back into session in mid-August until October has been the slowest stretch of the year at Walt Disney World for many years running. This headline is hardly breaking news or some unprecedented event. September crowds simply confirm what we have long known and expected. Again, we're into this, folks, and 2 paragraphs of this is normal. That's what, right off the bat, as opposed to telling us what's really going on, it's 2 paragraphs of this is normal. If anything, this September has been unexpected, busy, should be unexpectedly, busy for reasons we'll discuss in the commentary below. Not busy in absolute terms, obviously. All right, well, what kind of terms is it then? As September has had the 3 least crowded weeks of the year thus far. Yeah, well, that would mean that in absolute terms it's definitely not busy. But as other weeks and months in the last several years have defied expectations in ways good and bad, September continues to be one of the few consistent and predictably slow months of the year. Wait a minute. Is it unexpectedly busy because it is predictably slow? Like what kind of insanity is this? What mental labyrinth must I pursue to get to the truth? This continues the trend that began last month. Right as schools were back in a session, the 2023 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party began. It began when we covered Magic Kingdom's third slowest day of 2023. The title pretty much says it all, but notably that would be revised to Magic Kingdom's 12th slowest day of 2023. If written today, as the park has had several slower days since mid-August, more of those days are on the horizon, albeit not to the same degree, yada, yada, yada. Jumping forward, we're going to forgo all the normal caveats about the limitations of crowd reports and wait time data for Disney World. Suffice to say, there are a lot of asterisks attached to wait times or data below. Good Lord. Let's get to the graph. Here it is, folks. Here's the graph. It's undeniable. Let's zoom in where you can see this really well. Ready? Everybody enjoy the clicking sounds of zooming in. Take a look at that graph. All right, this is the graph that shows exactly, and we'll even see if we can get better. There. Oh, look at that graph. That's a graph now. All right, it's partially obscured by the Max advertisement, but hey, Max is getting free advertising here on this channel right now. Walt Disney World monthly average wait time. All right, take a look at this. Wait time correlated with crowd levels, right? All right, so this is down at the bottom. We can see July 2023. That makes the light green be August 2023. The dark green is September. You get the idea. All right, June, right there. June, see that? Yellow. June and July are supposed to be the biggest months of the year. That's the way it works. They're supposed to be the biggest months of the year. What's been happening, folks? Steady decline all the way. Steady decline since December. All right? With only two exceptions. It has been, and overall the trend is true, but without exception, 2 months are your exceptions. But with the two exceptions, this thing has been dropping down in attendance, i.e., wait times, i.e., the number of people who are there. It's been dropping steadily. All right. So all of 2023 essentially has been a decline in attendance for the Walt Disney World Resort. Take a look at the others. Okay. Go back past this. And what do you see, folks? It looks normal. That's what it looks like. This is normal over here on the left side. Left side is normal because you have ups and downs, peaks and valleys due to vacation times, off-season times, holidays, etc. What do we see in 2023? Start with December 2022 here in the dark red. Everybody see it? Decline, dropping. Okay? So that's what we see. That's what's happening. Doesn't matter what how you want to define September as being slow in absolute terms, yada, yada, yada. Doesn't matter. We're watching it drop. All right? This graph is actually stretched out much farther, but you can see again that we have overall a decline. All right. And really, when it comes to this average wait time as presented here, a little bit less easy to see what's going on, simply because when you break it down into weekly basis or weekly bases, we'll do the correct plural version of that word, then you run the risk of some of those lines being skewed due to some rides being open or closed, etc. All right. So essentially then, the world's biggest playground has less people wanting to play in it. Now, why would that be? Think about this. Walt Disney World is uniquely positioned in the entire world. It is alone. It stands alone as the world's largest and most expensive playground that you can go to. And for decades, people have wanted to go there. And it has been without ceasing for decades. What has happened that has stopped? Well, it's the thing that I suppose Bob Iger recognizes when he talks with investors last week behind closed door. 150 investors Bob Iger spoke to behind closed doors, where he talks about they need to turbocharge the parks, where they talk about they've maxed out the amount of money they can strip out of people's wallets when they go to Disney World. They need out of the culture war. We talked about this last time. Iger is now saying they need to lower the noise. Does that mean that Iger actually gets it? No, it doesn't mean that they're going to suddenly fix the company, that they're actually going to start doing what they're supposed to do. But it means that they recognize that the more they crow on about the culture war and put themselves in the middle of it, well, the less and less they're going to make at Disney World. And that's a big problem because Disney World is the cash cow of the Magic Kingdom. That being the entire Magic Kingdom, not just the park. Take a look at this out of outandequal.org. This is the Workplace Summit that took place September 11th through the 14th at Disney World. And we'll just read some of this, and I want you to understand, too, as we go into this, folks, I'm not here to give any kind of statement about the morality or the lifestyle choices of anyone. That's not what I'm here to do on this channel. So that is not what this video is about. And if you're coming here for that type of content, sorry, I have my own personal thoughts about things, but I'm not providing them at this time. What we're going to look at, though, is the marketplace implications. So hang on, we'll get there. It says a note from Out and Equal. Out and Equal's annual Global Workplace Summit is the premier convening for thousands of professionals to exchange best practices, network, inspire, and chart our collective path of progress towards full LGBTQ plus workforce inclusion and belonging. I feel like suddenly there are less letters than there were before. After extensive discussion with our partners and community members, Out and Equal is committed to moving forward with this year's Workplace Summit event at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida, September 11th through the 14th. By the way, the lowest month in quite some time. We understand that some have questions about this decision or even concerns. So, would like to clarify how we got here. You guys need the word we there. LGBTQ plus rights are being challenged across the United States, including in Florida, where the virulent politics have captured global headlines for their cruelty towards some of the state's most vulnerable, while also undermining the country's core freedoms. For many in the community, Florida has rapidly become a hostile environment as new laws concerning healthcare, education, and the workplace take effect. We strongly believe it is more important now than ever to continue our necessary and urgent work. Now, why does this matter? Well, this is the group that Disney, brought them in, welcomed them in a massive, gigantic virtue signal. And here they are saying that Florida is a hostile environment to people such as them. Now, does that do Disney any good to have the group that they are bringing into their vacation kingdom? Does it do Disney any good if the place that Disney World exists is being called a hostile environment to people? Does it do Disney World any good if this same group is calling the state a hostile environment and they're doing so because the state chose to limit the teachings of bedroom issues to very small children via state-sponsored, state-funded schools through official curriculum? I know that's a lot to say, but in other words, the state itself, the government, prohibited the government from teaching bedroom issues to 4-year-olds. And that is what sparked all of this. And that is what Out and Equal is discussing here and representing that as a hostile environment to people like them. I don't think that's very good for Disney. And the reason it's not good for Disney is because it produces situations such as this. You see, Disney is getting it from both sides. The folks who agree with Out and Equal, they don't want to go to Florida because they think that it's some sort of redneck, hostile, hate-filled state, right? Not sunshiny at all. Doom and gloom. And the folks who are conservative who think that Disney has completely lost their minds by stepping into the political arena, which they have, well, they're also not going. So that's both sides. You've got both sides choosing not to go. And you know what happens when both sides choose not to go? Well, you drop from here down to here. Now let's just take a look here also, folks, okay? Just take a look at this. So if we go here and we pull up July of 2022, right? July of 2022, we're going to say that's 44, okay? 44 average wait time in minutes across every single park with every single ride. Average is 44 minutes, okay? What was the wait time? We're going to call it 30. We're going to call it 37, okay? 37. So 44 to 37. How about that? How about that? Significant decrease, folks. Significant decrease in the wait time, significant decrease in the number of people who went in June, and it has only gotten worse since. So that's where we are. That's where we are, Disney. Here's an idea, folks. If you want to bring the most people together to play and have fun with you, don't enter into contentious issues. Don't do things that divide, but do things that unify. Definitely do not bring in the biggest bomb throwers you can into your tent, lest you wish for that tent to not exist much longer. Disney can correct this, but we need to see actions, not words, and Iger is very good with words. Actions, well, not so much, but we'll get there. All right, folks, in the description for this video, we have a ton of different videos linked for you to different YouTubers who are all discussing how empty Disney World is, lest anyone out there claim, but Pro, you just use data and it's skewed. It's not really empty. This is propaganda. No, sorry, pixie dust huffers. Lots of YouTube channels that I have never even talked with, all saying the same thing. It's empty. It's empty. All in the description down below. Check it out if you wish to believe your eyes. And if you think your eyes are lying to you, well, get ready for a real trip when you click on all those channels. Folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. We cover your comments. We care about what you think. And please, folks, whatever you do, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. This is the data. This is the information. Disney is on the decline. Disney World, their biggest cash cow, down. So it's no wonder that Iger is out there giving him mea culpa to investors behind the scenes while he gives something entirely different in all the other places. He's got to win with the WGA, apparently, maybe, hopefully. We need a win at the parks. Get this company out of divisive, crazy content Get it back into universal goodness and truths. We would enjoy that greatly. All right, folks, Pro Show is Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you have not yet checked out That Park Place, the YouTube channel, wow, Jonas J. Campbell is doing an awesome job there. So happy to be a part of it. So happy to see so many of our friends over there. And folks, I really want to say thank you for one other thing. I am amazed at how you have helped and subscribed to and become engaged with those who are on this channel, our guests. We don't have a guest on this particular video, but I want to say thank you. I had another friend who reached out to say how many of you subscribed to their channel after they appeared on this one. And it means a lot because these people are working hard to create content for you. And it's not easy to be successful in this world. Success is hard. And endeavoring to succeed, well, that's hard too, because it takes a lot to decide you're going to really do something and really do it well and give it your all, give it the gusto. Thank you for supporting our friends. It means a lot, and it's very kind of you. As I often say, you all are the electricity. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their, different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney, or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and, less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?